Sup guys, Leon Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Ragna's Powers. This is part 17. In the last parts, the first matches began going on like as usual, and Izuku fought against Naoto, the one person that's close to him in strength and in quirk, in the same quirk style as well, with Izuku and Naoto getting it their all, with Izuku edging out a win. With that said, let's get into this. As the two make their way to the infirmary, with both of them carrying each other, they finally make it there, where Izuku sees Recovery Girl, saying that, I expected you to, so both of you take a seat. However, his eyes began widening, as he didn't expect to see one person at all, and actually he didn't expect to see her ever again. As she's saying, "Hey there, Izuku, you were amazing out there. It shows how much you've grown." As he began feeling nervous and his face began going red, she says, "Big Sis Celica, you're here, and why?" As Recovery Girl's saying, "She's my assistant. You've never had a reason to come here, so you haven't seen her." As Izuku thinks, "Really? You gotta be kidding me." As saying, "Why are you surprised? Even my niece Kokonoe's here too." As saying, "Kokonoe!" Before he can ask more questions, she said, "Hold still, I need to heal you." As soon she activates her quirk, where she begins healing Izuku's chest, as his breathing begins going back to normal, and the sharp pain that he had is now gone. It's saying, "Thanks, Big Sis Celica." Now, back to what I was saying. Kokonoe's here? Seriously? Well, yeah. Didn't you know she was the one that made your sword and your hero costume? As soon after, Izuku's entire body just went white, as saying, "My life has gone back to hell, hasn't it?" As Naoto is confused, wondering why Izuku is freaking out like crazy. As for during this time, the other matches began with Shoto fighting against Ida, with just like in canon, but during the semifinals, Shoto beats Ida with freezing his body. As for the next match being Makoto versus Jin, with Jin taking down Makoto. As Makoto did give Jin a run for his money by breaking his ice constantly and moving way faster than he would be. However, he played to her strengths by freezing the entire arena and then knocking her back basically sheathing his quirk and then knocking her out with the scabbard, of course. As for the next match being Bakugo versus Kirishima, which goes like canon as well, with Bakugo wearing down Kirishima and basically taking the win for himself. During the fight between Shoto and Ida, a couple of people came to the infirmary, and not just people from Class 1A, but those from Class 1 and a few people from Class 1B as well. From Class 1A being Ochako, Kyoka, Tsuyu, Tokoyami, and Jin as well. As for Class 1B, the people in there being, Bullet, Kendo, and Shirazu, alongside Kaibara as well, as all of them were pretty surprised seeing them all here. As well, those in Class 1A were here to see Izuku. Even Bullet was here to see Izuku as well. Those in Class 1B came to see Naoto, as they all wanted to see if that they done awesome during their matches, that they gave it their all, And even though people really didn't think that they should be in, well, a sports festival due to their quirks, as Izuku saying that he's glad that he had Naoto to actually convince him to keep on going. If he didn't, I think he would have saying that he probably would have lost it. As they all wondering what he meant by lost it, as Jin knows what Izuku meant when he meant by lost it anyway. After hearing this, Jin soon noticed Celica as says, big sis Celica, it's a pleasure to see you again. I didn't know you were here. As Jin feeling a little bit nervous, saying, it's good to see you. Wow, you've really grown quite a bit, Jin. And it shows on how much you've grown by being in part of Class 1A. Even though you're one of the youngest and you became student representative too. That's amazing. As she begins patting Jin's head, with Jin feeling embarrassed, nervous, and also kind of scared too. As they all wonder, I've never seen Jin like that. Yeah, the young Midoriya has always been arrogant towards everyone around him. Even quite the asshole too, says Kyoka, has seen this. As Izuku saying, guys, I want you to meet Celica A. Mercury, the person that raised me, Jin, our little sister Saya, when our mom couldn't. And she's also the sister-in-law of my master, Jubei. As saying, wow, she's pretty involved in your life, Izuku. As saying, you have no idea. As saying, if anything, I think of them more as my younger siblings, if anything. As Izuku says to himself, which is weird, you're more like your sons because you're 38 and yet you have the body of a freaking teenager. As she's saying, what was that, Izuku? As saying, nothing at all. Even the girls began noticing this as well, with Ochako, Kyoka, Tsuyu, and even Bullet, seeing Izuku really flustered and actually kind of terrified in a way as well. As they want to ask questions, but realizing it's not the right time. After a couple of minutes, both Izuku and Naoto were ready to go back to the stands, as Izuku needs to prepare for his next match, knowing that Shoto has won. Soon as they began walking, they also began talking a little bit, as Izuku knows that what he has to do to defeat Shoto, but also to defeat him at his best. As Naoto saying, well, good luck with that, Midoriya. I'll be cheering you on. As soon after, he's soon tackled by a girl with white hair and wearing a white cloak. Everybody is shocked to see this, wondering what the hell and who the hell is she? As she's saying, Izuku, I wanted to, as she looks at him, realizing that you're not Izuku, you're that faker. Is soon after, Izuku's eyes begin widening, as it almost looks like he looks at a ghost, as he says, "Nu? Is that you?" As she soon stands up and looks at Izuku with the eyes of that of an innocent girl who seen her love for the first time in many years. As she soon goes to Izuku and calls out his name. With that, she even kisses him on the lips. As everyone sees this, wondering what the hell, as even Jin saying, so that must be her, brother's first girlfriend, Nu Morikumo. After being kissed by Nu, Izuku pushes her off him, as saying, what the hell, Nu? You come out of nowhere, disappeared for almost an entire year, worrying your own sister, and even me, of all people, and yet you just freaking come here and come to kiss me? What the actual hell, you crazy bitch? As Nu's not even fazed by Izuku being pretty pissed off, as she's saying, I love it when you talk to me like that, Izuku, but I only came to see you so I can officially say goodbye for the time being until I see you again. Is saying, wait, what the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Is saying, I promise the next time we meet, I'll be the one protecting you instead of you protecting everyone else. And you'll also be able to open up to everyone and show who you really are. I promise. As soon after, she soon steps away as Izuku saying, wait, no, don't go! With her soon just disappearing, just like that. As saying, damn it, damn that girl. As Izuku looks at Naoto, who's still in front of him, as saying, what is it, Kurogane? As saying, I think you should look behind you. As he looks behind him and sees quite a bit of confusion, surprise, and a little bit of pissed off face, mostly coming from Ochako, Kyoka, and Bullet, of course, as they say, oh, what now? Come on, guys, you cannot be pissed at me. As saying, oh, as he begins thinking, okay, I guess you have the right to be pissed at me out of what you just saw. As soon after, Ochako saying, what the heck was that, Izuku? With Bullet saying, and you have at least 5 seconds to explain yourself before I beat you to a bloody pulp. With her counting down to 5, 4, as Izuku saying, she was my ex-girlfriend. Is saying, as soon after, Kyoka going X with a confused, nervous, and actual sad tone in her voice. With Izuku going saying that she was his ex-girlfriend for the time during his time in junior high, nearing the end of his first year, and throughout the entirety of his second year, the two of them were together, with she being the first person to accept Izuku when others denied him, all due to his quirk. Because of her, Izuku felt like he was actually happy that he had somebody. Even if it was somebody as crazy and probably clingy as her, knowing that she was probably bad news, but he didn't really care. All he wanted was somebody that could fill the hole of loneliness that he had in his heart, that wasn't just somebody in his family, being Jin, his mother, or Saya. As everybody is shocked and surprised hearing this, and actually feels sympathy for Izuku, as Kyoka saying, but you never broke up with her, did you? After she went missing, am I right? As he's saying, Jiro, why do you... So she still believes the two of you are a couple. So, why didn't you break up with her there? Is Izuku saying, well, I mean, I didn't think about it, so I wanted to... As soon after, Kyoka just ran off. As Izuku saying, Jiro, wait! I wanted to try to explain. As soon after, everyone thinking that Izuku has done something pretty stupid, not knowing what's happened. However, Jin knows, saying, oh my dear, foolish, stupid brother, you didn't know that Jiro now has feelings for you, even though the two of you are pretty close now. And yet, you didn't tell her that you had a girlfriend, didn't you? As Izuku saying, no, I did not. Well, that's your own damn fault. Just trying to remember. You got a match in the next hour or so. As Jin soon walks off on his own, with everyone else heading back to the stands as well. As Izuku saying, damn it, I am an idiot. After Bakugo and Kirishima's match ends, Izuku heads to the, waiting room and tries to amp himself up. However, he's finding it difficult to do that, because all that is running through his head now is New and Jiro, as he can't really think straight, that his ex-girlfriend is here, and that his first friend, and the first friend that he's made, now hates him. as he wonders, what the hell am I gonna do? I should try to be pumping myself up for the match against Todoroki, and yet all I'm thinking about is this dumb shit. As Izuku says, but it isn't dumb. This is my life, my friends, the girl I used to call my first love. Damn it all. After laying his head on the table, he soon hears the door fling open from being kicked, as saying, "What the?" As he looks that it is Bakugo, as saying, "What the? Kacchan, what the hell are you doing here? Damn it, Deku. I knew you would be here sulking instead of preparing for your match. You should know, once I beat your brother, you're next. Don't you dare lose to Icy Hot, you bastard." As Izuku's saying, "What the? Is that all you came here to say? God damn it, you think I know that. You're thinking about that damn bitch new. Am I right?" As saying, "Wait, how the hell do you know about that?" With Bakugo saying, "Round-faced asked me about her. I told her that she was your ex-girlfriend after she disappeared. And you didn't really break up with her. You only said that she was your ex-girlfriend because the cops or the heroes basically never found her. You believe that she died in a villain attack, or something like that, or even an accident. And yet, here you are, still thinking about her because you still have feelings for her." As Izuku's saying, "Then what do you think I wouldn't? After all, she was the first person that accepted me, where you still feared me. How could I not accept her feelings after she accepted me? And then what do I find out? After news shows up, I find that Jiro actually has feelings for me, even though she became my first friend before I came to UA, before I reconciled with you, before Oraka, Ida, and everyone else in Class 1A? And then she shows up out of the damn blue saying this cryptic shit and then leaves. Just like that. Stirring up so many emotions that I've had gone for an entire year. Right now, I am pretty goddamn conflicted, and I don't know what the hell to do." As Izuku says all this, a tear soon comes down his right eye, near being his red eye. As Bakugo sees this, saying, "Ugh, god damn it. Ugh, normally I hate cheering you up like this. If anything, I suck at it. However, answer me one question. Do you still have feelings for New?" As saying, "What? Do you have feelings for her after an entire year of getting over her, and then spending time with Earphone Girl for almost an entire year, and then building your relationship with her? Tell me, do you still have feelings for her after everything you've gone through now?" As Izuku soon looks deep inside himself, deep into his heart and his soul, as he begins picturing somebody close to him. And it's not new, and that being Kyoka. And Izuku saying, "Yeah, I don't have feelings for her anymore. I think the only thing I want from her is closure, after making me worry for her for so goddamn long, with not even a goodbye about where she was going." As Bakugo saying, "Well, there you go, dumbass. Now, go out there, beat the hell out of that half and half bastard, force him to use his quirk, and then you and me finally settle who is the strongest. You got it?" As Izuku saying, "You're on, you explosion-faced bastard." As the two soon give each other a fist bump, with Izuku heading out, as he still has at least a couple more minutes before heading into the arena. As soon after, he heads out. with Endeavor waiting for him, saying, you're the next opponent, you're Shoto's next opponent. Listen, your quirk is pretty unique, even if it is pretty villainous. But before then, it showed that you got some pretty good, you're pretty strong yourself. My Shoto is going to defeat All Might. And as Izuku cuts him off saying, shut the hell up and get out of my way, Endeavor. As saying, what the hell? Your son told me about everything he's gone through. And I know what you're trying to say. You want me to force him to use his fire. Ain't that right? As Endeavor is shocked and surprised, saying, oh, I'm going to force him to use his flames. But I want him to do it of his own free will. I'm not going to force him, but I'm not doing it for you. He needs to let go of his past and move on with the future. And you are standing in his way. So, just so you know, he's his own person, and he's not you. Got it? He can choose on what he wants to be. As Izuku walks off, with Endeavor shocked and surprised, hearing somebody just call him that as he's pissed off, saying, what the hell, you little brat? As Izuku uses a small portion of Soul Eater, as Izuku drains partially some of Endeavor's strength. As Endeavor begins wobbling down, as Izuku deactivates Soul Eater, saying, why, you little... Just so you know, don't get in my way. With Izuku heading to the arena, as as he hears the roar of the crowd, as President Mike introduces both of them, with Izuku looking straight at Shoto, with Shoto doing the same thing, with Izuku saying, Todoroki, let's make this one thing clear. You're not going to beat me if you don't use your full strength. And you know that, right? As Shoto saying, what was that, Midoriya? You really want my flames that badly? Just so you know, I don't need them to defeat you. Got that? As Izuku soon gives off a smirk and says, your funeral, Todoroki. With President Mike giving him the go-ahead. With Shoto sending a barrage of ice spikes right at Izuku, with him conjuring one of his claws and making it big enough to destroy the ice spikes, with everyone thinking this is going to be one heck of a match, as a couple people in Class 1A being like from Shoji and Tsuyu thinking, well, looks like Midoriya. You think Midoriya can handle himself? With Kaminari going, I don't know. I mean, Todoroki was able to defeat me, and Midoriya doesn't really have much of long-range attacks after all. With Jiro commenting, the only reason you lost is because you had no chance against him at all. Is saying, wow, did you really have to be that blunt, Jiro? As Ochaka saying, hey, Jiro, you still doing okay? As saying, I'm fine. I'm just fine. With that of a frustrated look, as she's still reeling about Izuku and Nu, and still sees when Nu kissed Izuku. With multiple ice barrages going at Izuku, as he begins crushing them one by one. He tries using his left side, but it takes longer each and every time. So he destroys one ice barrage with his right side, while conjuring another claw on his left side. Even some other claws on his feet as well, so he'd be able to punch and kick them out of the way. As he begins thinking, damn, this keeps up, I won't be able to get close to him where I can knock him out and to be able to throw him out of the ring. With another ice barrage coming at Izuku that says, screw it, as he pulls out his sword and says, Death Spike! With tons of black spikes coming out of the sword and from the ground, with heading right at Shoto, as saying, huh, seriously, with him freezing the darkness before it could even reaching him, thinking, you think you can copy my own move, Midoriya? In a pissy and sarcastic tone, Izuku saying, I don't think you have the trademark to the typical ice to a spike attack, dumbass. As another ice spike strike comes at Izuku, as he destroys it with his blood scythe, engulfing it with darkness, making the blade even bigger than it was before, wasting a little bit of his energy trying to destroy it. With that, Shoto thinks that he found an opening as he runs towards Izuku, using the ice as a ramp, creating an ice ramp, and jumping into the air, while about to stomp on near Izuku, where he creates a crater of ice that was going to hit Izuku, and then creates another ice spike strike towards him. However, Izuku notices this and decides to use his arm as a giant monster head is creating below him. As Shoto realizes this, saying, what? Within rush as the monster head rushes at him, with Izuku saying, Hell Spike! Destroying the ice entirely, as Shoto creates a huge ice tsunami, covering the monster head and freezing it over as it shatters to pieces instantly. As he thinks, that's all you got, Midoriya? As Izuku begins getting a little bit frustrated and saying, damn it, as he looks at Shoto, who looks like his entire right side is beginning to frost over, as he begins thinking, I get it now. Normally his frost would be gone by now. However, because he's fighting against me, he's not using his left side to defrost himself. And so now he's starting to slow down. And I was wondering why that last attack took forever to freeze my Hell's Fang. And now I get it. As Shoto saying, it's over, Midoriya, you've lost. As a barrage of ice comes at Izuku, as saying, like hell, I've lost. As for a split second, all the ice that was in front of Shoto soon is blast right back at him, as he's saying, what the hell? As Izuku's entire body begins flowing with power, as his right arm is up, saying, Blazblue, activate. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And somewhat sorry about the cliffhanger. And I wanted this video to focus more on Izuku's struggle to find for when he falling in love, actually. Mostly wondering about his first love or his new one, in a way. So yeah. Also, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. And also, like and subscribe. With that said, this is Mooky, signing out. Later.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!